Yeah, all right. Namaste, everyone. Christian R. Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this Monday afternoon. Just finished a couple healings here in Denver, Colorado, and I'm heading, hey Christy, Namaste, and I'm heading over to the gym because guess what Christian did this morning? I don't know about you, but I'm not a really big fan of having full pockets. So I was like, you know what, I'm probably going to buy something on the way. Let me just put my card in my pants, in my shorts. I don't wear pants to the gym. That would be kind of weird. In my shorts. And then I'm busting out a little Matthew, Namaste, Jeremy, Namaste. Greetings, greetings, greetings. I love it. Love the picture. Liz, long time, girl. Namaste. So I'm doing the decline bench press at the gym with dumbbells. I usually do it with a barbell, but I was like, yeah, let's spice it up a little bit. Let's shock the muscles. And guess what? As I'm declined, is that the right term? As I'm declined, my credit card slips out of my pocket. And then guess what? Somebody at the gym lovingly and generously picked it up and gave it to the front desk. So I realized I didn't have hey Christy, Laura, Namaste. I realized I left my card at the gym. So I'm walking over to the gym because it's pretty much right next to my house. Thought I'd jump on real quick, give you guys a stream, give you all that I got, give you the loving that you deserve. And I want to cover 3 things that you're not today. The 3 things that you're not. Because working with clients for the past 13 years and being a teacher for, I don't know, at least 15 years at this point, meditation teacher, and helping people kind of get out of their own ways, is I realize the 3 things that we over-identify with that keeps us stuck in our lives is number 1 is our story. And our story could be anything and everything. Hey Jennifer, Namaste. Anything and everything that we over-identify with. Like, this is my profession. I wish this was my profession. This was my upbringing. I wish this was my upbringing. This is where I grew up, this part of the country or the world. I wish I grew up here, right? This is what has happened with me in previous lovers. This is what I would wish happened with me with previous lovers, right? So we have our stories, and these stories are connected to the mental body and the emotional body, which covers 2 of those things that, through the teachings of Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui, the founder of Pranic Healing and Arhatic Yoga, helps us to realize and recognize we're not our thoughts and we're not our emotions. Have you noticed that? Hey Carla, Namaste. We're not our thoughts and we're not our emotions. So whenever somebody says, I'm angry, or I'm unhappy, or I'm depressed, or it's even hard to say it, or I'm confused, or I'm delusional, or I'm an honest person, right? Those words affect our vibration and affect our connection to our higher selves. Because as soon as you speak something that is not true, it diminishes your spiritual connection to your higher self, which is where all power, healing, light, energy comes from. So when you say something that is an untrue statement that you are identifying with your thoughts or your feelings, it causes you suffering because you are taking on the quality of that energy, saying, I am angry, meaning the energy of anger is what you are, versus anger is simply a product of what the soul has created. So you can look at this metaphor. When a carpenter builds a staircase or a carpenter builds a bed, the carpenter doesn't say, I'm the bed or I'm the staircase, right? The staircase and the bed is simply a product of what the carpenter has created. He is not that. Just like your thoughts and your feelings and your physical body are products of what your soul has created. The reason we suffer is because we over-identify with what we are not. Hey Jared, Namaste. Does that make sense? We over-identify with what we are not. So you're not your anger, you're not your story, you're not your confusion, you're not the chaos, you're not your bank account, you're not your car or lack thereof, you're not your apartment or lack thereof. You're not your marriage or lack thereof. These are all products. We're crossing the street together, guys. Make sure we hold each other's hands. We don't want to have any accidents. Oh, you guys will love this story. So on Friday, see how I like to go on little tangents? Because that's how I roll. So on Friday, I got to post it on Facebook. It was really funny. I took a picture of it. On Friday, I'm walking to the gym, and I see a little tiny white plastic bag. A little tiny white plastic bag. And I look down, and I'm not kidding you, I'm pretty sure, I'm not a dealer, and I'm not a user, so I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty sure that it was a bag of cocaine. And I'm thinking, a bag of cocaine in this neighborhood? I guess, cocaine goes where the money is, right? The businessman's drug or the salesman's drug. So as I'm looking down, taking a picture of it, because it was fascinating to me, this guy pulls up in his little red Honda. He's like, what's going on? Like, it wasn't his, and he wasn't being confrontational, but he was being very inquisitive and curious. So like, what's happening? So I gave him the bag. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that was my first time being a dealer. I have no idea. Who knows? So anyways, that was my experience. Hey, Mary. So again, where I'm pulling this information from is an affirmation that Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui developed many, many years ago called the I Am the Soul affirmation. And if you really meditate on that affirmation and you really understand it to a high degree, it will alleviate most and eventually all of the suffering that you have in your life. Because again, we suffer because we are over-identified with our physical body, over-identified with our emotions, and over-identified with our thoughts. Brian Smith, good to have you on, my man. So you are not those things. Because look, at the end of the day, what is left over when you die? When you leave the physical body, does the soul disappear? Nope. The soul is immortal. The soul is immortal. And you're like, Christian, are you getting all spiritual and esoteric on me? Come on, how do you even know that there's a soul? How do you even know that there's a soul? Well, it's a very good question. What would be the best way of answering it? Best way of answering that question is the book title of one of Master Choa's books. He says, the existence of God is self-evident. The existence of God is self-evident, meaning if you sit and not even ponder it, but you just let go of your attachments, you can realize, you know what? My eyeball is infinitely more complex than a camera. And the existence of a camera, well, hold on. Let's think about this. The existence of a camera factory would be self-evident because there's a camera. If there was no camera, then there would, if there was no maker, right? No camera factory, we wouldn't have the camera. But the fact that there's a camera, it's self-evident that there's a camera factory. Does that make sense? So the fact that we are here, we have consciousness, we can ask questions. Would it be fair to say that we came from some higher, more intelligent, more aware beingness? And when I talk about God, guys, I'm not referring to God sitting on a cloud with a long beard in the sky, judging us and being ashamed of, our sin. I'm not referring to the Old Testament Christian God. I'm referring to the all-permeating consciousness, the omniprovidence of God, the omnipotence of God, the omniscience of God, the qualities of God. Megan, bring in the heat. Namaste. So, I didn't want to get too esoteric and spiritual on you guys. Oh, wait a minute. That's all we talk about on these live streams. Energy, healing, meditation, and practical spirituality. So that's what I wanted to jump on real quick today as I'm walking to the gym, about to pick up my credit card and then have a meeting with somebody at Whole Foods about healing, is you are not those things. So whenever you're down and out and you're kicking yourself in the butt and going, I wish I was more of this. I wish I was less of that. I wish, right? I wish I had a better partner. I wish I didn't have a partner at all. I wish I lived in a better place. I wish. You, hey Gianna, namaste, you are not those things. And as soon as you recognize what you are and what you are not, your suffering goes away. So the question is, what am I? If I'm not my physical body, and I'm not my emotions, and I'm not my thoughts, then what am I? Excellent question. I'm glad you guys asked. You are the soul. You're a being of divine light, divine love, and divine power. That's what it means to be made in the image of God, because God is an energy. God is all-pervading consciousness, right? God is everything. So the aspect of you that is in the image of God is not your physical body, right? God doesn't have jealousy or envy or those lower qualities, because now, is that an aspect of God? Yes, because everything is God. But when you remove those lower vibrational energies, there's only light, love, and power left over. Light, the ability to think on many planes. Love, the ability to love and provide. And power, the ability to manipulate matter from one substance to another. That's what we are. What's up, Jeanette? I'm a namaste. Alexander Verbin, one of my homeboys I went to college with back in the day. Jennifer Wilson, I'm a namaste. Good to have you on. I love the namaste, the heart, and the sun. Super cool. Mary says, talk about this very important to me. Gratitude, Christ. Whoa, Mary just called me Christ. Actually, I used to have somebody call me Christ back in the day. Totally not appropriate, because I'm not, I'm not the great avatar known as Lord Christ. Hello, I'm picking up my credit card.
What's your name?
Christian R. Long. It's a little blue card for First Bank.
I guess.
Bam! You're amazing. Thank you so much.
See ya.
Be well. After you, for sure. Yeah, that's right. Got my card, yo. Bam! Brian says, LCD Sound System song American Dream. So get up and stop your complaining. You know that you're the only one who's been destroying all the fun. Oh, I love it. Nice one, Brian. That's good. There's a lot of truth in songs if you know how to decipher the code, right? So, again, there's something I want to point out to everyone who's watching this live and watches the replay. These teachings that I've been sharing with you for over 3 years now on live streams, on Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, these are priceless, invaluable teachings that can transform your life in ways that you can't imagine. But you have to practice. Look at it this way. What's the difference on a physical level? What's the difference between you and an Olympian? You'd be like, well, an Olympian has better genetics than me. They had better upbringing. They had this, they had that. Look, the Olympian has the same tools to become Olympian that all other Olympians have and that all other people have. The difference is the Olympian used those tools more often for a longer period of time. That's what developed them into great world-class athletes. So if you want to have inner peace, happiness, joy, mental clarity, inner power, humility, in ways that the ordinary person does not, you have to do things that the ordinary person is not doing, is unwilling to do. Everyone's able to do it. Are you able to do an affirmation that takes you about a minute a day and to meditate on that and to think about that of you know what? I am the soul. Okay, what does it mean that I am the soul? By the way, here's the affirmation. I am the soul affirmation by Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui. I am the soul. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am not the mind. The mind is just a subtle instrument of the soul. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected to God. I am one with God. I am one with all. This is the truth, regardless of the brain's capacity to experience the truth. I am the soul. So that's the I am the soul affirmation. But if you could see what that affirmation does to you energetically, you would do it not only every single day, but you would do it consistently throughout the day. It expands your energy. It expands the chakras. It connects you to your higher self, which connects you to your teacher, which connects you to the great ones, which connects you to God. And you get that flood of energies. And you get out of your own way. For years and years and years, I've been doing the I am the soul affirmation every single morning that I get up and I take a shower, religiously. And it's not just doing something by rote. How many people have gone to Christian schools growing up, elementary schools, high schools, and there's all these prayers? How many of you really understand the prayers that you're praying, or do you just do it by rote? You just do it by, whatever. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, yada, 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 right? The Lord's Prayer is one of the most powerful prayers known to the human race. And by the way, the Lord's Prayer predates Christianity. The Lord's Prayer is approximately 4,500 years old, but probably older. It dates back to the time of the Egyptians. It predates Christianity. Naomi, what's up? Abba Namaste. Jason, Abba Namaste. How are you? Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are beautiful. So the point I'm trying to make to you guys, getting on my little spiritual soapbox here in the parking lot of Whole Foods, is by understanding why you're chanting a certain mantra, or by understanding why you say a certain prayer, and doing it with awareness, doing it with the highest level of consciousness that you can connect at that time, and doing it with reverence, the benefit will be so much greater than you could possibly imagine. So much greater than you could possibly imagine. So again, I mean, we've been on this soapbox for almost 19 years. And even now, doing this work for 19 years, I still feel like a little baby. I still feel like an infant in comparison to other teachers and other practitioners who have also devoted their lives to this work for 25, 35, 45 years. But it works. Again, all the equipment is there, but how many Olympians are there? All the equipment is there, but how many Navy SEALs are there? All the equipment is there, but how many billionaires are there, right? Because there's a difference of focus and constancy of aim and effort, and people being virtuous of moving things forward and like, you know what, I'm going to dedicate the next 30 days to doing this meditation or this prayer or this mantra, and then see what happens, versus, oh, I'm going to sit down and meditate when I feel like it, or I'm going to sit down and, you know, I'll see how it goes. You got to like put in your intention. You got to like follow through. Does that make sense? Anyways, I love you guys. If I was a little bit too ajna, a little bit too sharp, a little bit too willful, I apologize. I just get super jacked up and passionate about this work, and seeing how the work has transformed my life over a number of years and the lives of my clients and the lives of co-disciples. It's just so grateful. Naomi, read The Slight Edge and Making Time for God is Important. Ooh, okay. I've never heard of that book, Naomi, so I appreciate that. I will definitely check it out later today on Amazon. Give you a big fat thumbs up on that one. So, but yeah, and if the word God is too charged for you and it has too much negative connotation, then say transcendental field, universal consciousness, the great ones, whatever. Stop getting over identified with the words. The words are simply fingers pointing at all the same truth. Don't look at the finger, look at where the finger's pointing, right? Been too long, hope all is well. Love you too, Brian. Be well. And if I can help you guys connect to God more often to alleviate your own suffering and sorrow, help you disconnect from your physical body, emotional body, and mental body to give you some reprieve, definitely go to christianrlong.com/services, and I'm 100% there for you each and every step of the way. Love you guys very much. Christian R. Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, giving you a beautiful and wonderful shout out on this Monday. Have a great Monday. Have a great week. I'll talk to you tomorrow, and have a great life. Atma Namaste. Bye-bye.